Okay, well, Bears lost to the Texans by a score of 19-13, dropping us to 1-1 on the season. I don't know what I expected. I thought we were gonna get killed. I thought that the Texans would win by like 10, 14 points at least. But no, our defense is legit. We learned that. But we also learned that our offensive struggles are very real. Caleb is not ready yet. I'll say that. Caleb. He. I know it's his second start. We got a long way to go here. I don't really know what people expected. I know what people were expecting. People were like, "Oh, he's gonna be a 4,000-yard passer right off the gate. He's gonna win Rookie of the Year." I never thought that, but I thought he'd look, a little bit better than this. He, and I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know if it's nobody's getting open. I do know that protection is an issue, but we'll get into that. I don't know if it's just him hesitating or what. But man, our offense is just way too conservative, man. Screen pass to Swift, dump off to Swift, dump off to Gerald Everett. Why Gerald Everett? I don't know. It's Gerald Everett, man. These last two games has gotten more looks than Cole Kmet has. Why? He's not our tight end one. Cole Kmet is. He's not the guy we gave a 5-year extension to. Cole Kmet is. He's not the guy that we're paying like he's a top seventh highest paid tight end. Cole Kmet is. And yet Gerald Everett's the one getting the touches. And DeAndre Carter has I think he was our leading receiver this week. I don't know, man. Caleb, he looked better and he looked worse. That last interception was, I got no defense for that. That was bad. He's just, and it's the same habits we saw him revert back to in college, which was when he gets frustrated and when things are down, he kind of reverts to hero ball and he makes more mistakes. And that's exactly what happened. The problem is, I thought our receivers would be there more. I thought our O-line would be so much better than this, dude. Oh. The offensive line, I think, is the reason we lost this game. They got bullied just straight up. They had no answers for anything the Titans D-line did. When it wasn't a blitz, Caleb actually played very well. When it was a blitz and there was pressure, not so much. He looked pretty bad. Our O-line has our protection is just so bad. Braxton Jones, man, he got bullied all game long. Tevin Jenkins was missing assignments. I didn't hear much from Will Anderson, so I think Darnell Wright did all right. I don't know who was guarding who. I just know it was a bad showing. Penalties as well, huge issue. I think I counted at least 5 false start penalties. I thought the whole point was, if you go back and you watch Matt Eberflus's opening press conference, he says should be squared away in the penalties, should be top 5 every year in least amount of penalties. And what are we doing here? We're still talking about dumb procedural penalties, false starts, illegal shifts, illegal formations, the delay of games. Why are we still doing this? And then, Caleb, you can't put a rookie quarterback under that kind of pressure and expect him to do well. Even if there was no pressure, I still wouldn't expect him to do much better because he's a rookie. But, geez, man. So, next week we're facing the Colts. Hopefully, that Colts defense is bad. Really bad. If we don't perform well against that Colts team, then I'm oh, boy, the offense is cooked. And I wish I knew if it was they're doing this on purpose because they want to ease him into it, or if this is literally just how their play calling is. But good Lord, everything about the offense doesn't work. Not the Caleb doesn't, he's not on the same page with his receivers. There's like no chemistry there, like at all. There was with Keenan Allen, I think, but Keenan Allen didn't play tonight. And Caleb, basically the only receiver he found consistently was DeAndre Carter, who is a low end 4, I think, on most teams. Like, so DeAndre Swift, why did we sign him if he was just gonna do this? Like, he's done nothing. Both of these games, he's done nothing. Anytime, and it's why I was sad that Montgomery left us, because Montgomery fits exactly what we need from our running backs. The running back duo that we had of Montgomery and Herbert was really good. That's a good pair to have. It's thunder and lightning. Montgomery, reliable, 3-4 yards, doesn't take TFLs very often, always gets tackled going forward. And then Herbert's like the speed guy who, when you actually have wide gaps open, he'll bust through and he'll get a ton of yards. Swift is a speed back. He's not a power back, and we need a power back because our O-line can't block. And all these teams know how to beat us now. Until we have an answer for blitzes, we're not going to be able to win. Like, this is what teams are going to do to us. They're just going to blitz us over and over again because they know it's going to work. And once it stops working, they'll stop doing it. But it's not going to stop working because we're never going to be able to grow, because we're never going to be able to stop it. And I people are going to be hard on Caleb. I'm probably being hard on Caleb, but like, man, he really hasn't shown anything, man. Like, I just want to see some kind of like cool, deep down the field highlight, like anything. He's giving me nothing, man. Nothing. And it's not like I'm trying to. It's his second start. He's a rookie quarterback. Blah 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 blah. But I'm tired of making excuses all the time for our quarterbacks, man. I know he's a rookie. He's got many years. He's at least our starter for the next year, this season and next season. But good Lord, got a lot to work on. At least we only lost by 6 points. I'll say that. Caleb had an opportunity to drive down the field and win the game. Did not do that, which, I was glad we had the chance to do that. Like a minute 45 left. Caleb had a chance to drive down the field, get a touchdown to win the game. I think we got to the 40. Like, Roma Dunze had a nice catch. DJ Moore and him are just not. They something's up with them. Like, I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right. DJ Moore looked pretty mad at the end there as well, because he's probably out there running pretty crispy routes, and he's getting like 5 targets, and most of them are behind the chains. Like, it just blew my mind that they attempted, and it was the same thing last week with the Titans game. They attempted like 0 passes longer than like 6 or 7 yards, and when they did, they were inaccurate. And it was the same thing that happened today. I think the part that sucks is that it's so early in the season that I don't know what to do. I don't know if this is fire the OC. I don't know if this is a Caleb needs to sit. I don't know what it is. I feel bad for Caleb because he's gonna get people are gonna be tough on him because people don't like him, and I don't know why. He doesn't seem like a bad person. People just don't like him. So many people are rooting for him to fail, and that's got to get to him. Like, people will say that, like, he'll say it doesn't get to him, but I know it does. Like, it's Chicago, bro. Like, it's a rabid sports market, and everybody online is just like talking about you. And the more games he has like this, the worse it's going to become. And I'm just worried that we're not really seeing much from him. So, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to give him the year. I'm openly expressing my concerns, but I don't have serious worry until probably at least the bye week. The offense has to do well at some point, man. We can't keep having our defense bailing us out, which they did, and I'm proud of those guys for how they played today, because they played against a very good Texans offense. And you know what? They got gashed sometimes, but man, that second half they were really locked down. Like, good plays. Kept us in it. Like, they were the reason we had a chance to win the game at the end. Like it doesn't feel like that, because the way we played, it felt like we were getting blown out. But the score, we were down by 6 points, 9 points, mostly 6, and it's like we're not in a bad spot. We're still in this, and it's because of the defense. And that's why we brought in Flus, was to fix the defense. And I'd certainly hope that the defense is playing well with how much we've put into that. But gosh, the offense needs to do something, bro. If our offense actually showed up, we would have won this game. And that's what sucks, you know? And people are going to already automatically be like, should have kept Fields, we would have won if Fields was in. That's not what it's about. It's not about winning now. It's about the long-term future and setting ourselves up for success years down the line. And I still think that that's where we're headed. I don't think Caleb's going to be a bust. I don't. And people that are saying that after 2 games, they're fooling themselves. The problem is, you know, he's not really doing anything. He's just kind of there, throwing not great. It reminds me of the early part of last season when they really kept the playbook small and it was a lot of checkdowns and screens and stuff like that. This is starting to become a pattern here of this is how Flus's offense wants to work, because Shane Waldron came from Seattle, and I don't think Geno Smith made the Pro Bowl because of that. And I don't think that's what he was throwing. Luke Getsy, though, first few weeks of the year, 2022 and 2023, this is how it looked. Looked exactly like this. So, yeah, don't like it. Don't like that at all. Even though we lost by 6, man, I feel awful. I did not enjoy that at all. They really... I just want to watch a good game, man. It's tough. You know, I watch any games with good quarterback play, and especially QB duels where they're just marching down the field, clutch drives, stuff like that. And it's man, I want to watch the Bears do stuff like that. And it's been so long since we've done anything like that. It looks like it's going to be a little bit longer. Yeah, probably going to stay off the internet for a little bit then, because I do not want to deal with the Bears fans right now. They are going to be pretty bad. And it's annoying. I'm tired of going into these, civil wars or whatever. It's stupid, man. But it's year 1. It's game 2. Went against a playoff team, potential AFC contender, and we lost by 6. So, maybe things aren't so bad. Even though our offense isn't showing up, we're still in these games. The second the offense does get going, I'm pretty optimistic with the future of this team. But, man, how long is it going to take? Is it going to take till the bye week? Is it going to take till late in the year? Or is it going to happen next week? It's just annoying, man. You feel so hopeless in moments like these because you just don't know. It sucks. It really sucks. And, I was hoping he would just come out and just be good out the gate, because then I wouldn't have to have moments like this. I had a feeling it was coming, but yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. But once the offense does get going, man, this team's gonna be tough to beat. Just sucked, man. That game was also Matt Eberflus. What are you doing, man? Matt Eberflus had 2 challenges. Both of them were just so mind-numbingly stupid. He challenged a catch from Nico Collins that was pretty obviously a catch. He was in by a lot, and he threw that flag very quickly. Like, immediately after the catch, like maybe 5 seconds later, they were like, "Oh, he's challenging it." I was like, "Oh, he must not have been in." And they show the replay, dude. It wasn't even close. Like, what? Who told you to do that? Like, did he think? Like, did he see it and he thought like that it was out, or did they're supposed to have like a video coach that or like a spotter or something that like looks at this and then tells the coach to do that, right? Like, what are we doing? And then second half, Kyler Gordon had an interception. Well, Kyler Gordon had incompletion, pass breakup. Thought it was an interception. Screamed at Eberflus to throw the flag. Eberflus throws the flag, and it wasn't complete. Like, it's so, like what was he thinking about that too? Because like watching the replay, even watching the moment when it happened, I saw the ball graze the ground, and like I was like, okay, well, that's incomplete, but could have been cool. And then he challenges it anyway, and then I have to watch the replay and see over and over and over again that it was incomplete, and then the ref say it was incomplete, and I go, great, and now we have no challenges left. Thanks, Flus. You just made this game 10 minutes longer for no reason. So, yeah, Eberflus, man, he's a great defensive coordinator, but he's not a good head coach. The problem is our team's not going to be bad for a little bit. So we're probably stuck with him for at least another year or two. But yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't have good like game sense. And this is his third season, you know? It'd be one thing if he was like first time head coach and I was like, okay, well, you know, he's never done this before, so whatever, he's figuring it out. This is his third season. Like, he's been at the helm for so long, and our team is so undisciplined. They take dumb penalties, and he makes boneheaded decisions like that. It's just like, what? I've never believed that he was the coach that's going to lead us to a Super Bowl. But the problem is we're stuck with him now. Like, we had the chance to get rid of him, and we didn't. So now we have no choice. Like, he has to be the coach now. We just drafted Caleb Williams. We can't change up everything now. That would make no sense. Man, it is week 2, bro. Oh, the Bears. Yeah. It didn't help that was a Sunday Night Football game in front of the nation, so they all saw that which was not very good. So yeah, it's tough, man. One of these days, being a Bears fan is gonna pay off, but that day's not today. It's not today.